it's not a typical professional relationship. It is one, but it's not a typical professional relationship because you're going to be sharing your very, very personal details of your own life with another person. And that can be daunting for anybody. And so what makes this relationship different is that the goal of the relationship is not just to be friendly, which is definitely needs to be a part of it, but the goal of this relationship is for that practitioner to really, really understand where this person is coming from historically, currently in their life. What is the status of their relationship? What is the status of their health? How are all those things combining to contribute to what's going on with the person now? And so in that part, so that's the initial part of treatment, they call it case conceptualization or case formulation, where you basically the information is presented to you, and then you form an opinion of why the person is suffering the way they are. And then the treatment phase is where you now there's literally hundreds of different treatment interventions, but based on your own knowledge and what you are an expert in, you combine those now to help this person specifically, right? So some of the interventions that I use, and I can't speak to necessarily others that I don't, are mindfulness-based interventions. And so those interventions are focused on helping the person to increase their awareness of what's going on inside of them and also in response to what's going on in their environment. So looking out and looking in and really getting good at what is actually happening with me. Relationally based interventions too are just that. It's about, helping this person feel understood, helping this person to feel like the person who sits across from them is not their best friend, but is somebody who cares deeply about them. And that you can't fake that. There's definitely skills to enhance those interactions therapeutically, but there's a certain amount of honesty and authenticity that you have to bring to the relationship, even though it's professional, in order for that person to really feel like they're heard and that they're understood. So those relationship skills are built throughout. So whether it's information gathering or the assessment phase or it's the treatment phase, but I particularly interweave that throughout the treatment. So that's not just in the initial parts. Another group of interventions that I use that are connected to are attachment-informed interventions. So attachment theory is an empirically based theory that has kind of, especially in the last 30 years, outlined the importance of our early caregiving relationships and their impact on how we experience the world and other relationships as well. And so I use that as a big kind of template as to how the person navigates their relationships and how their core beliefs about the world, actually. That's a big part of it as well. And the third class, I guess, of interventions I use are emotion-focused interventions. And so emotion-focused therapy is a form of therapy. It's practiced internationally. It's very, very prominent here in Ontario. One of the founders, York University, Les Greenberg, he was one of the founders of EFT, and so that's widely practiced here. And the whole idea of that kind of intervention is to really get the person to feel their emotion, not just talk about it. And in feeling and in helping them with different tools to process what they're feeling, to also invite the possibility of other emotions to transform that feeling and to heal it too. So whatever nomenclature you want to use, but to basically transform that experience. And so those are some of the main ways that I work in treatment. And so that's what a person can expect. Initial phase of information gathering and then applying the actual treatment